All right. Yes. All right. I think I'm live. Bear with me. They changed my work schedule. I actually get off right at 7, so I don't have an opportunity to go do any show prep. I don't have an opportunity to do anything. I just literally log off one computer, walk over, go on another one. So bear with me today. I might in the future. I may start to show it. I was toying around a few different things here. Number one, I'd love to hear what you guys think. First off, maybe 7:15, 7:30. I don't like to do that. Another thing is since I have to work to 7 on just Friday, going back to Wednesday. I am going to start this show on a rant. I'm gonna rant. I'm gonna let you know right now. I got an energy drink and I got some coffee. All right, I'm two-fisting energy. I'm jacked up. I'm amped up, and I'm gonna start this show on a rant. I'm ranting, so just bear with me here. I'm gonna get to all your comments, all your questions. I'm gonna on my phone and. All right. I'm reading an excerpt from an ESPN article. This is from the lawyer who is pressing charges against Deshaun Watson. All right. This is from the prosecuting attorney here. Hold on here. I had it on my phone, because I wanted to tell you what the prosecuting attorney told ESPN. Quote, "We wanted to resolve this matter without a lawsuit, without any publicity." All right. Let me explain what happened. Let me explain what happened to Deshaun Watson. I don't know if any of you guys ever watched Breaking Bad. It's one of my favorite shows. In Breaking Bad, they have this lawyer called Saul Goodman, and they have another show called Better Call Saul. So anyway, some lawyer who's just like Saul Goodman went to Deshaun Watson and said, "Hey, if you don't give us 6 figures, we're going to go public with all this." Deshaun Watson said, "I didn't do anything wrong. I'm fine. Go. I'm not giving you any money." So then he went public. He got more girls to go along with this bullshit. He's trying to sue the NFL. He's trying to sue the Houston Texans. He's trying to sue Deshaun Watson. Here's the deal. As of right now, no criminal charges have been filed. That's pretty weird, because when you rape somebody, normally people go to police, not go to a lawyer asking for a paycheck. All right? Look, I don't care if you're gay or straight. I am not. But I can say this as a straight guy. Deshaun Watson's a good-looking dude. He's worth 9 figures. He doesn't have a problem getting laid. He can go to any club in America and have 3 hot girls licking his asshole. So for Deshaun Watson to be accused of rape or whatever bullshit that it is, it didn't happen. It didn't happen. I'm going to stand by it. I'm done with my rant. I'm mad about this. You know what? I'm mad about this because I think that too many high-profile people have been. Brian Banks, have you seen the Brian Banks story? They're making a movie out on it on Amazon. He broke up with his girlfriend. She accused him of rape. He went to jail for like 5 years. Sean Oakman, or is it Okafor? He was projected to be the number 1 pick in the draft, that Baylor guy. Now he's playing in Toronto. He went to jail, I think, for like 18 months. So anyway, all right. Stevie, I am not on. Oh, Stevie, before I forget, not in the chat, in the comment section for YouTube, put your link to your YouTube channel in the comment section. I want to look at your draft. Not in the comment section here, but on the YouTube page, there's a comment section. Put a comment with your YouTube channel because I have no idea what it is. I want to check it out. So I am not on coke. Mike's in the house. Mike, how are you doing today, brother? I'm sorry about my rant, man. I'm sorry about my rant. So you did get rid of Chase Daniel. I am surprised. I actually like Chase Daniel. So so who do you believe got the worst free contract this? I don't know if it's the worst, but I'm most surprised about Joe Turney, the guard signed by Kansas City. A buddy of mine sent me a picture because he was at his wife has a girlfriend or wife, I forget, manages an upscale restaurant, and the Chiefs general manager, Andy Reid, and Joe Thurney was there, and he got a picture of Joe Thurney with one of the waiters and sent it to me. So it's kind of cool, but 5 years, $80 million for a guard. That was the one that really messed me up. I was I don't know if it's the worst. I don't like saying there's one good, one bad, but I was shocked about that. I have to admit, the quarterback situation in New Orleans is a little weird. You gave a 1 year, $12 million deal to Winston, but then you reworked that Taysom Hill deal also. I think Jameis Winston's going to win that starting job, by the way. But yeah, that's some messed up stuff. One girl shot. Really? I didn't know that. You can read articles in ESPN. The articles in ESPN just flat out said that they were just wanting money, no criminal charges. So I don't believe a single word of these girls' mouths. Dustin's in the house, man. What's up, brother, man? I've noticed that we have some disagreements on draft stuff, and that's okay. I like the disagreements, man. Dan, some guys get off dominating a person. I do get that. I get that. I don't think Deshaun Watson did. Okay, I'm just going to be honest. I don't think he did. Let me tell you something. Any football player for a Power 5 conference gets lectured by the university and by their coaches about personal conduct and how not to do things. And the NFL goes through a rookie symposium in yearly classes. Matter of fact, I don't know if they do this every year, but I know one year they had this gorgeous girl. She's wearing this tight black mini skirt. It's like this long, it's like, like this. And anyway, like she said, like out of the rookie symposium, everybody from like the number one pick in the draft to undrafted rookie free agents, there's like several hundred people. She said she got like 50, 60 numbers. First thing she does, she gets up on stage and she goes, I am HIV positive. The NFL teaches people about how to behave. Deshaun Watson's a smart dude. He's a smart dude. There is no way that I think he did this. But let's say he did, then I'll say I'm wrong. But the United States was founded on innocent till proven guilty, not, hey, get on social media and say some bullshit to try to get some money. Because here's the deal. Let's say he is guilty. You go to the police, not reach, because here's what these girls did. They went for this. They went for the checkbook. They didn't go to the police. So I don't believe a single word. I'm going to tell you something. Patrick Mahomes will get accused of the same thing. I guarantee you. I'm going to drink coffee now. So anyway, that's my rant. Sorry about that. When there's a docket number assigned to the case, that's when Watson should start sweating because, yeah, exactly. There's not one. And here's the deal. If you look at the ESPN articles, they flat out said, hey, we tried to just have them cut us a check. That means that nothing really happened. Cam Irvin and the Packers for the Panthers got to reduce it. Man, sorry, I'm too jacked up, Dustin. Got a ridiculously stupid backloaded one, $2 million this year and $8 million next year. Dude's a bomb, Kansas. Cam Irvin actually helped out in Kansas City, plays swing tackle, can play guard center. Kind of productive guy, man. Kind of disappointing because the former first-round pick you can't start, but that's $8 million. Ooh. If he starts, he's worth it though. You get a chance to see Garrett Goff introduction presser. I'd like your opinion. No, I haven't. I you know what, James, for you, I'll check it out. It's not something normally I would, but I think that he's going to have a rough couple of years. But it'll be interesting to do. Chris is in the house. Welcome, Chris. Man, thank you, by the way, for the pictures. Is it okay if I say this from you? I don't know. One of the worst ones I saw was Troy Hill's. So you didn't like it. What about the awkwardness of Brockers to trash golf just to get traded? that is kind of funny. That is kind of funny. Hey, that just happens. That ain't a mini skirt, Dan. That's a yeah. One Pride 40. Yeah. Listen. I was going to go on a bigger rant, but I'm going to just number one, innocent till proven guilty. Number two, are you aware that women are suing their longtime boyfriends and they're pressing rape charges against them because they don't propose? Did you know that? Yeah, women. There was a girl who was with this guy for 8 years. He didn't propose, so she sued him and pressed rape charges against him. Because women. Okay, that's the end of the rant. Okay. Pissed with all the Panthers backloaded contracts and went from 100 mil to 86 million. We still only have 28 dudes under contract with the. Okay, I can tell you exactly what you're doing is that you brought in a bunch of guys from the college ranks, so you're banking on your college knowledge. When Pete Carroll won the Super Bowl, they did it with a bunch of young players that knew. Because they did a lot of recruiting, so they felt very confident in their ability to find players. Russell Wilson in the 3rd round, Richard Sherman in the 5th round. Both linebackers, I don't think either one of them were first-round picks. It was KJ Wright, and I can't believe I'm drawing a blank on the other guy. Guy's going to be in Pro Football Fame, 2nd-round pick out of Ohio State. That's exactly what you're doing. You're going to bring in a bunch of young guys. I didn't know all the contracts are backloaded, though, but this is why I'm glad you're here. I want you to inform me about this. Funk saying, look, I'm not saying he did it, but the fact that he was going to different masseuses and not team-related masseuses, some of the stuff didn't. That I didn't know. One thing I will say is that I remember Priest Holmes used to spend $20,000. Or no, I'm sorry. No, okay. Priest Holmes used to get a massage every week, and there was one deal where he could go to this benefit or something, whatever, get $20,000, and he turned it down. So it was like he got $20,000 massage, but he did it every week, and when it was a private masseuse. So, and look, everybody takes care of their bodies a little differently. How an NFL player takes care of their body, and the way another athlete takes care of their body is different. The Rock, he does like some weird hot rock treatment. There's a lot of weird things. Why, if you ever get a chance, I don't know if you're on, I know you don't follow me on any social media, but James Harrison, he does like acupuncture and like all sorts of crazy stuff. He doesn't even play anymore. I didn't know that it was different masseuses, but it's not as uncommon as you may think. I remember Cam Irvin's time in Casey as basically being a turnstile. He wasn't that bad. Former 1st-round pick. I actually really liked the guy. I was just disappointed. So, Denver Gators in the house. Up free. Let's talk some free agency frenzy. I'm dying to do it, man. Browns are paying 40. You know, it's funny. The Browns got 2 players from the Rams secondary. The Johnson kid, the safety, is really a pretty damn good player. I thought that was a brilliant pickup. They're bringing back Greedy Williams and Grant Delpit. That could potentially be something really, really good. Grant Delpit got injured early in the season. He'll be basically a rookie next year, but as a junior, some people thought he was going to be a top 10 pick. Remember, he replaced Jamal Adams at LSU, looked just as good as Jamal Adams. The year they won national championship, a lot of people thought his play just plummeted off, but if you watch them play, I mean, the talent's there. And Greedy Williams, he's trying to make a comeback. He was my number 1 corner. So, I mean, the Browns got some interesting pieces in that secondary. Actually, I gotta give credit where credit's due. Man, I agree with you, James. I'm so wanting to rant so much, but this is not a dating show. But I really want to rant on that because I don't like this stuff. If he's guilty, go to police. But you don't. Bottom line, if he really did something wrong, you would want to press charges. By the way, I am wearing a T-shirt that is not even from this century. I've literally had this T-shirt over 22 years. I love this thing. I couldn't get rid of it. It's laundry day. Drinking coffee and energy drink. I am really, really jacked up today. Brockers Traffic Golf is out of context, but sure. Yeah, it's going to be fun, man. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun, man. You enjoy it. By the way, I'm telling you right now, as a Chiefs fan who went through Dorsey, you're going to have a lot of turnover. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. The only thing I find sketchy is getting massages from unsanctioned places of the team, but that's not a crime. I sure as hell don't want that as the front of my franchise. No, and I'll tell you what, I just learned that from you guys just now. I didn't know that. But the one thing I do know is that the lawyer who was pressing charges didn't want to go public and try to buy him off. They basically said, hey, look, if you want this to go away, just write us a check. 6 figures. It could be 100,000. It could be 900,000. But here's the deal. He writes a check. You never hear about any of this. So why I think he's innocent is because he said no. If he was guilty, he's got $180 million. All right. If I'm accused of rape and I got $180 million over the next 4 years, am I writing a check for 500,000? If I'm guilty, oh, fuck yeah. But I don't think he is. And here's the deal. Dude, he's a good looking dude. No homo. Are you really going to tell me that he couldn't get laid or he couldn't do some goofy shit with some chick? I don't think so. Who are the biggest winners and losers? You know what? I haven't gone through teams 1 through 32 yet. I need a little more time. I will say this: the Chiefs giving all that money to a guard was really surprising. I'm still kind of floored by that. That's kind of the biggest shock, and it's my team. I didn't even see it coming. So that kind of floored me. I am impressed with Cleveland. I am impressed with what Cleveland did. I thought that was really smart, getting two really good secondary pieces to their team. Keep in mind that corner that they overpaid. They get Greedy Williams back, and he moves to a nickel. Then your secondary is just upgraded. So I thought that was really, really smart. I'm kind of surprised, but I need some more time. Give me some more time. The Rock Travel. He does. I follow him on Instagram. He does a lot of really crazy stuff. Yeah. Funk wanted JJ3. Yeah, that's a good player. That was a really good pickup by Cleveland. That was real smart. That was really, really, really smart. John Johnson, the only big contract I wanted Detroit to go after. I like the guy. And here's the thing. They really needed a safety. That's why I like it. So they got a good one. And under the Rams defense, he was actually the signal caller, which I thought was very innovative and different. And it was pretty smart because you want the guy at the very furthest back of the defense to call to move all the players around. Normally it's the middle linebacker who just controls the front. Well, he was doing the linebackers and the defensive line, which is pretty smart and innovative. And he was the leader of that team. So here's the thing. Cleveland, I think, really needs some leadership on especially on the defensive side of the ball. He brings it. I don't know if he's going to call the plays or if they're going to trust a middle linebacker, and it's really not relevant. This is a guy who's a leader, and that's really what Cleveland needed. So, Dustin, I give some great love advice. I'm going to give some really great dating advice, and that's to call her baby. Always call her baby. Do not get a girl's name wrong, especially when doing it. I'm just saying. And I'm going to emphasize this too. If when I made that comment, look, if you are that type of guy who likes other guys, you're still welcome here. I don't do that, but if you do that, it's okay. You like any say, okay, Funk. I want to hear with Funk, but I can't think of his name. The kid from TCU, I do like just really late in the draft. So. From what I understand, they told him that they wanted to go to arbitration. He said no, so here we are. But he knew. Yeah, I saw that too. He knew about it. They came to him for money, and he just said no. So yeah, I like that. I like that for him. Well, Dustin, you started joining the show. If I make a mistake, if I'm wrong, I say I'm wrong. I don't have a problem with it. You guys rub it in my face too. I like Andre Cisco to safety from. You know what? I like his game. I don't know about his measurables. From what I heard, he's something like a 4th, 5th round player. I could be wrong. Yeah, but if you write one check, they're going to keep. Bingo, Stevie. Why didn't I say that? They're going to keep coming back and hitting you up again. Not saying I believe it. I sit back and wait for all the. You're Stevie. I wish I would have said that, but you're 100% right. You're 100% right. If you write one check, you're going to have to write a second one. Right? I mean, yeah. I 100% believe it. I 100% believe what you're saying. If you. All right, I'm going to stop. But yeah, you're right. 100%. OJ was accused of murder, then wrote a book on it, just saying we don't know till we know. Shoot the lawyer. Could be a Texans fan. It's actually funny. There's another channel I follow where one of the comments was talking about this and said it was the Texans who leaked all this stuff because they're mad at Watson wanted to trade. And I don't believe that for a second, but it's interesting theory. You know, it's a funny story. I'm going to try to keep this to a short rant. When O.J. Simpson was on top of the world before all this stuff happened, I read Jim Brown's autobiography. One of the greatest books I read in my life. Fantastic book. He keeps it real. He keeps it real. Anyway, he wrote in the book that O.J. Simpson has this dark side that nobody's ever going to see. He was like, everybody thinks he's this really nice, friendly guy. He's on all these TV shows. He's in all these movies, but there's an evil side to OJ that nobody's seen. And I'm like, that's kind of weird. And then 6 months later, I see the Bronco, and I'm like, Jim Brown's amazing. True story. So like, it was kind of funny. It was like, man, Jim Brown called it. So what about Detroit? Okay, I'm sorry. 80 million to 30 or 80 million to 30, a huge offer. Okay. Anytime I hear other offers were made and stuff like that, I flat out just don't believe it. I mean, I just don't, I heard the Chiefs offered Juju Schuster more money. I don't believe it. I just don't. I think Jabril Cox and Javian Collins is the new Chin Simmons argument. Your thoughts? I love Collins. I've been okay. It's funny because like you and Funk are on different sides of the ball. Funk's been talking about Cox. No pun intended there, Funk. I'm sorry, but he's been talking about Cox for a long time. And I told him, I was like, man, let me watch some more on him. I will. I haven't, but I have a major man crush on Collins. I think he's okay. He hasn't gone off the board at 13, but spoiler alert, he's coming soon. And I have him going a lot higher than most people. And I'll share with you something because I got to go on. There's another show. He had me on a show twice. His name's Luke G Field Review. And I put it in there because I joined the last second. And Luke didn't really think it was that big of a deal, but Javian Collins was the valedictorian of his high school, and he was a 3-year captain. And Luke's like, I don't care. Well, it's very important, and I'll tell you who cares about it. A coach who used to be fanatical over report cards was Bill Parcells. Bill Parcells only drafted quarterbacks who made the honor roll. If you didn't make the honor roll, you weren't drafted by Bill Parcells. So a guy this isn't honor roll student. This wasn't an A student. This is valedictorian. That means a lot. When you're a valedictorian and you're a 3-year captain, those are big things NFL teams look at. Guys like me and you, draft junkies, most of the people in the chat here going to overlook that. I'm telling you this right now. NFL teams love guys like Javian Collins. I need to watch more Cox. I really do. I'm not saying I really, 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 really do. I will. I will before the draft. I'm going to, spoiler alert, he's not going in round 1. I do have Collins going in my mock draft, and just let you know he's coming soon. I got him going faster than most people think. We're going to Vegas. Yes, we are. Dude, we're going to go to Vegas, and then what's going to happen is 20 years from now, if one of us is rich, the girl's going to say that we stuck a finger up their butt and they didn't consent and they won $1 million, and they're going to say, hey, can you break out the checkbook because he put a finger in my butt. That's what's going to happen. We're going to end up, but it's going to be a good time, James. Yes, we need to go to Vegas. We just, why? You know what? It's goofy here. It's like 50, but it was like raining. There was a tornado yesterday. Why do I live here? Let's just get a place out in Vegas. Let's party. Let's live it up. So anyway, I have not watched any of his film. He's going to be a high. I think he's probably going to go like top 10 next year, if I remember right. If I'm thinking the same guy, and I think it's the same guy you're thinking of. Stevie didn't happen for Big Ben. It was one and done. Same for Kobe. Stevie didn't. I'm sorry, Dustin. I'm drawing a blank here. I am super jacked up today. I got energy drink. I got coffee. I'm going to drink energy drink. I'm really jacked up today. It's not cocaine, in spite of people thinking it is. I thought we robbed the Rams when we got Brockers. His reputation as a run plugger, but no slouch when it comes to rushing passer. Holmes needs to be. What I kind of agree. Now, keep in mind the Rams. What the Rams are doing is kind of like what the Cowboys did. Is that they're given about 2/3 of their contract to about 6 or 7 star players. No depth, just star players and a bunch of free agents. What the Lions are doing is they're taking advantage of this because, you're getting the former assistant GM of the Rams and getting some good players, adding contracts. You're going to make a lot of moves. So it's going to be, it's really good. It's really a good idea. I like Brockers. I would have liked him in Kansas City. He would start in Kansas City. It's a good player. You should be very happy. If you're a Lions fan, you should be very, very happy. You should be very, 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 very happy. And you know what the best part is? You're going to have a fun draft, and free agency is going to be fun. And preseason, you're going to make some moves too. I have not read any of OJ's books. I've not read any of OJ's books. I 100% think he did it though. Ever since I read Jim Brown's book and I saw what he said about OJ, the second he ran away and I was like, he did it. So big on John Blank, both those guys. All right. I thought Bill. Okay, I'm gonna defend. Let me go opposite. I'm gonna go opposite of you, One Pride. I'm going to go opposite of you. One constant about Bill Belichick is he changes with the times. He tried to build through the draft. He's drafted a lot of first-round wide receivers, and none of them panned out. So now he's attacking through free agency, something completely different. Excuse me. So I think he's just going with the times. I think he's trying something different. I was a little surprised because okay, so he goes after 2 tight ends. Okay, fine. But last year he used both 3rd-round picks on tight ends. And I liked the picks at the time. So now I'm like, what's going on, man? Are those 2 weight? I mean, you can't have 4. I mean, you really want 4 tight ends on a team? It's a little weird. But I'm going to give Bill Belichick a little bit of leeway here. But it is a little weird what he's done in free agency. I like some of the picks. Judon, I liked. There was one other one that he had that was really, I thought, pretty underrated. I'm drawing a blank now. I didn't know OJ dated Tawny Katan. It's funny, when I go to the gym, I still listen to that White Snake song. David Coverdale and she went up to the security roughed up. Really, there was all sorts of crazy things. Did you watch the FX special about OJ? The 10-part miniseries is actually really good, but they kind of went into like some weird details. And Nicole's no saint. I mean, I'm sorry, but I mean, she was not a saint here. I mean, you know, she had some fun. And Tawny Kitaen, she ended up beating up that I think it was a pitcher. He called the police on her. She stabbed him or something. I think she still looks. I think if I remember right, even though like she's crazy, I think she still looks good. She's still like that White Snake video where she's on the car, one of like the hottest things ever. Funk's cooking dinner. I ain't mad at you, man. What'd you think about Detroit free agency moves and player cuts? I told you this would happen. I told you guys this would happen. I told you Dorsey was going to come in. You're going to rearrange the roster. They're going to do lots of moves. Some you'll like, some you won't. It's crazy. Yes. No homo. So now I'm going to be a gay coke fiend. So thanks, Steve. I like Collins more than I like Parsons. I do too. I would take Collins over Parsons, just flat out. Both players are available at pick 31s for the Chiefs. Collins, easy. I think it's a no-brainer. And forget off field. Look at on the field. Who's better at reading, reacting, and dissecting? It's Collins. Parsons is a guy that if you line him up and you say the play's going that way, go get him. Then Parsons is better. But unless you know exactly, that's something that Parsons really struggled with. And I was watching something where basically what Penn State said was that, okay, look, you're going to stay in the B gap. And you just stay in the B gap. That's it. That because he couldn't figure out how to read offenses. And that any team that did a misdirection, he was always out of position. Like he wasn't even in the frame. Collins can read, react, get players lined up. There's a lot of things that Collins can do that Parsons can't. Is Parsons a better athlete? Sure. But Collins is a pretty damn good athlete in his own right. So, yeah. Yeah. Collins is positionless. He can play line. Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's funny. ESPN has him as an outside linebacker. I think he's a perfect 3-4 inside linebacker. He can play all three downs, and then you can have him blitz. You can line up on the edge, but you're 100% correct. I think he's positionless. I think he can do a lot of things. I think he's going a lot higher than most people. At 41, I want Jabril Cox or Jamin Davis. 41 might I keep saying this, and I promise you coming up soon I'm going to watch some more film on Jabril Cox. The mock dress I looked at, I kept seeing third round. So dude, I'm always jacked up, but today, since you're new here, it's very rare. I've done this once or twice, and usually I'm too scatterheaded when I do an energy drink and coffee because I just rant too much and I'm too jacked up. But I'm jacked up today. So anyway, yes, I'm very jacked up. It's not cocaine, despite what people think. Yes, and he's telling you that I'm not on coke, is what he's saying. Gag orders start to happen at this point. Really? Okay. My wife's cousin is an attorney. He tells me all this crap. Really, dude, educate me because I know nothing about the law. All I know is that this guy reminds me of Saul Goodman. I loved Breaking Bad. I loved Better Call Saul. That's what I think this guy is doing. Kyler Fuller and Roquan just came over to your dad. Fangio brings Hicks along for the fun with it. Wait a minute. I knew about Fuller being cut, but Roquan Smith is gone? Can you clarify that for me? Because Roquan Smith's one of my favorite players. Kyle Fuller was a cap casualty. So I know he's gone. Are you saying Roquan Smith's gone? Because that's one of my favorite. No, he can't be. I think that's a dream for you. If you guys sign Kyle Fuller, that would really suck for me because I'm a Chiefs fan. Unappreciated part about Brockers deals to trades don't affect comp picks. I forgot about that, actually. Now, keep in mind, it's a 7th round pick in 2023, too, which I thought was kind of funny. But someone who needs a slot should really trade a 5th for Shaquem Grant, give him a shot. Surprised Miami isn't giving him a shot. No, I really like that guy, too. I really like that guy. I don't know if there's room really in Kansas City for him, but I do like the kid. Some NFL team's going to pick him up and he'll make a roster. No, I agree with you too. Chuck Finley, that's it. Yes. I think I'm not joking. I think she stabbed him with a knife. But you know what I think, man? You saw my mock draft, you know. Gary's in the house. What's up, brother? Would I take Collins over Ojulari at pick 11? Okay. No. And the reason why is the Giants need a pass rusher. Here's the deal. When I made that video, I didn't know about I want to say Lawrence. Tomlinson. I'm sorry, Tomlinson. I know about the nose tackle Tomlinson leaving to go to the Vikings. Great move by the Vikings, by the way. The Giants with a pass rusher go from a top 10 defense to maybe a top 5. And if the offense gets better, maybe it's a top 2 or 3. If the Giants had a pass rusher on that defense, and yeah, I'm fully aware Leonard Williams got 11 and a half sacks. He's not a pass rusher. He's just really good. They get a pass rusher that team's totally different. Not for the Giants. I'll tell you what, I like Collins maybe better than Ojulari. Maybe. I have a major man crush on Collins. I love the guy. But for the Giants, no. The Giants need a pass rusher. A pass rusher on that defense makes them a top 5 defense. What free agent you're surprised is still on the market? Oh God, there's one, and I'm drawing a complete blank. There was one free agent I thought would be picked up. Maybe I wonder if it was. I do know. I'm a little surprised. Actually, I'm not surprised, but I'm a little disappointed Alex Smith hasn't been picked up. Love them here in Kansas City. The price tag's too high, and one thing the Kansas City Chiefs are doing is the backup quarterbacks they have now are on very team-friendly contracts. So I couldn't answer that yet. But in all fairness, normally I have an hour that I go through ESPN, the NFL Network, before I get on the show, and I have everything. Today, I didn't have a chance to really mess on my phone at all. The only thing I looked on my phone was about Deshaun Watson. So that full disclosure, Jabil won't be there at 4. You think he's going higher than 41? Okay, well, I have to watch some film then because I keep seeing 3. Dan is on coke, and not only do I have a Tinder account, it links to my OnlyFans. The Tinder account's only for my OnlyFans because I'm trying to get all those girls to go to my OnlyFans for $29.99, $49.99 for my express content. Cousin said no, I don't think there's going to be. Oh, he's signing with where the hell is Alex? Where the fuck are you, man? No, I've been staying in touch with him on Twitter. He actually hit me up, man, and I was like, wow, man, you like the show enough that when you're not here, you hit me up. Really, really cool guy. A great addition to the show, a Texans fan. I'm trying to get more Cowboys fans on the show, so but since he's not here, it's not so much fun. Stevie, thanks for letting me know that. And by the way, I'm only looking on StreamYard. I'm not looking on YouTube. So if you put the comment in the comment section on the YouTube, just let me know. But make sure that you did. I want to watch your mock draft. I'll try to watch it this weekend. No, Fuller to Kansas City makes a lot of sense. I agree with you, Denver Gator. Fuller to Kansas City is awesome. Roquan Smith with Fangio reunited. What you know what I'm trying to say? That would suck, and I agree with you that you would hate that. But I actually, to tell you the truth, if you remember my mock draft video, JOK or Parsons at 9 would be a lot of fun. That Denver's got some good pieces in play, man. Just get a slot in the draft. There's going to be lots of them available. And probably for Detroit, you can get them late in the third. You have a pick early and late in the third. You can probably get a good slot receiver late in the third. Was it with her shoe heel? I didn't know that. Scotty Snags. I don't recognize you. Welcome to the show, brother. I'm not usually this jacked up, but today I got an energy drink and coffee. I'm super jacked. I'm all over the fucking place, so bear with me. Thank you. Welcome to the show. If you haven't yet, hit the subscribe button. And man, welcome to the show, man. Anthony Harris. I did not know this. And you know what? The Eagles needed a safety. I like Anthony Harris. I like Anthony Harris a lot. So I was not even aware of that. I remember, oh God, I'm drawing a complete blank. Jalen Mills. I'm sorry. Jalen Mills, the 7th round pick, played corner. Then when Malcolm Jenkins left, they moved him to safety, and it really didn't work. When you move a player from corner to safety, he's not really getting the job done anyway. So the Eagles getting safety is actually a great deal. Yeah. Wyatt Davis, my sleeper tackle, reminds me of Jordan Gross, both extremely athletic. Thoughts? Can you do me a favor, Dustin? The names. Which school do you play at? The names. I could look it up on Google. I'm just asking if you don't mind, because good Larry. I'm butchering that name. Growing to the same size LT played for the Giants. Yes, he's. I went through this whole scouting report. He's listed. By the way, his pro day came after the video. If you follow me on Twitter, I retweeted it. But he had a really good pro day. I think he's listed at 6'3", 240, but he's only 20. So I mean, LT I think was like 6'4", but I mean 6'3", 6'4". Ojulari could easily put on weight and be 250, 260. The thing is, what's really most impressive about him, if you watch any highlights of him at all, is that he looked like a man among boys. I mean, he had no problems going against offensive linemen and winning against offensive linemen despite being overmatched. The dude's just naturally strong. That's why I really like him as a 3-4. The Draft Network, which I really, really respect, has him as a 4-3. I don't agree with that at all. I think this is a natural 3-4 because I think he is going to put on what I call the NFL 20. I mean, he's 240. I'm not saying he's going to play at 260, but I think he could easily get to 250, play outside linebacker, and I think he's going to be a stud. I think whoever drafts him is going to get a really, really good player. And the Giants, I think, really need an outside linebacker. The answer is yes. Is he going to be like LT? No, LT's probably the greatest defensive player in the history of the National Football League. Could this guy be a Pro Bowl caliber outside linebacker for the next 10, 12 years? Yes, absolutely. I really believe that. I think he could go to the Giants and make that a top 5 defense immediately. Luke made a bold predict. I want to hear it. What is it? I'm behind on comments. Does Jamin Davis, inside linebacker, Kentucky, and Jameer Watson, outside linebacker, Kentucky, potential picks for teams in need of linebackers like the Giants? Yes. And what they did is last year they drafted 4 linebackers late in the draft, and they're kind of hoping they're just kind of throwing, stuff against a wall. They're hoping one of those guys hit. Jamin Davis is a guy I really like. He's got some length. Some athleticism, 3rd, 4th round guy, it looks like. But a guy like that could really help the Giants out. I think the Giants actually would probably go towards free agency if they need to. They got, like I said, last year they drafted 4 guys. They're all in 6. It was like 3 6th-round picks and 1 7th-round pick. And they're hoping one of those guys just kind of. One thing the Giants have always done is not valued inside linebacker. They always want to go with a cheap option, and it's kind of the unusual philosophy. But in the NFL, the way things are nowadays is that you got to scamp at certain positions. The Giants do it in inside linebacker, and that's just how they are. So could they use a third or fourth round pick on either one of these guys? Sure, absolutely. Are they going to use a first round pick number 11 on an inside linebacker? No. Outside? Yes, absolutely. But yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, you're 100% correct. Luke made a bold prediction that we would have 2 first round picks this year and said we'd pick an offensive lineman and a linebacker. Okay, your new general manager from the Rams, he may want to go ahead and get back into round 1. It wouldn't surprise me if Kansas City, Tampa Bay, or Green Bay wanted to trade out of round 1 and get that high second round pick that the Giants or that the Lions have. It wouldn't, that makes a lot of sense, sure. Especially if there's a player the Lions really, really want, because to get a linebacker, there could be somebody available. Bolton, I think his name is the MU linebacker. I think his name's Bolton. Very, very appealing. Make a lot of sense because early in round 2, he may not be available. So to do that, sure. But Dorsey, as a general rule of thumb, wants to trade down, get a lot of draft picks, doesn't want to trade up. I also think that it would be in the Lions' best interest to accumulate picks for next year and in 2023 in case Goff doesn't work. Because if Goff is not the answer and you finish 7-9, then you're in a lot of trouble because you're going to have to find a very creative way to get up into the draft. Whereas Goff isn't the answer and you finish 3-13, okay, it's a little different because let's say you're in the top 5 to go from 5 to 3. It's not that big of a deal, or maybe 5 to 2. It's, whatever. But I really think that they're stockpiling picks because they're looking at 2022 or 2023 as the place that they want to get a quarterback. It wouldn't surprise me. Here's how good teams work. The general manager looks towards the future, 2-3 years ahead. The head coach looks for this year. And so they're working together, but they're just, the head coach is here, the general manager is here. So ideally, your general manager, I know John Dorsey's looking at it, and they're probably looking at that Clemson kid. I don't know his name. He's going to be the first pick in the draft in 2023. I'm telling you that right now. JT Barrett, the Georgia quarterback, he's going to probably be the first pick in 2022. They're probably looking at both those guys. I think the kid from Clemson is that guy's going to be a stud. He's my Heisman pick right now. So anyway, I'm sorry. That's my rant. My problem with Collins is he seems to lack aggression, especially if you watch Nick Bolton. I get that, but I also know that he's also was calling all the plays, trying to do multiple things. Another thing about Collins I really like is that I think he's like 6'3", 6'4", 260. I love the size and the ability. Bolton and JOK, smaller, faster guys. Yeah, I get where you're coming from. I get where you're coming from. I still take Collins over you. I don't know about JOK. I really like JOK and Collins. I like better than Bolton. For the Kansas City Chiefs, I would want Bolton or JOK. But if you're a team that if you run a 3-4, Collins over both of them, easy. I didn't know they finally signed Simmons. I always liked Simmons. I don't know if he's worth the highest paid safety. That's a lot of money. No disrespect. I think the Honey Badger for Kansas City's better. But Simmons is really good. I'm not faulting Simmons at all. I think he's a really damn good player. According to somebody in the chat, Lindsey went to the Texans, which is really brilliant. I would love Lindsey in Kansas City. And then that was smart to pay Von Miller. Love Von Miller. So They said the same thing about Luke Kuechly. He was a finesse tackler, not as physical at the point of attack. I'm leery of those guys saying the same thing about Collins. Well, I remember Kuechly coming out of Boston College. There was all sorts of question marks about him. But I remember Carolina drafted him. I didn't like the pick. I was like, man, that's way too high. I was wrong. I was wrong, but you what? Don't know. As soon as I type that, you break the news to the Texans. Love it. Kill me. I agree. He should have been a Chief. The LA third round pick, the Lions got as a comp pick. Okay. You were right about Corey Davis. He got $37 million. Good Lord, talk. Yeah, I knew he was going to get overpaid. I knew. No, I'm not. Allergy drink, coffee, and a couple lines. Dan was. I don't do meth. I'm not on coke. I'm just energy. I am jacked up today. I'm super jacked up today. You know what? He did get paid a lot, and I'm kind of surprised because when he was in Carolina with Riviera, they really didn't use him the right way. They really didn't use him creative. In my opinion, they didn't use him right until last year when Riviera was already gone. So that he went there and got a lot of money is really surprising. I really wanted him in Kansas City. You got to use him right. And I don't think Washington's going to use him right. I think they're going to use him as a wide receiver. I don't think they're going to use him right. I really don't. I hope they do because I loved watching him in college. Kansas City would use him right. So I am really behind. I was not ranting that much. No way Bolton can slide it. Actually, maybe. Why, David? Okay. Actually, for some reason or another, I thought he played guard. I was positive he was a guard. One Pride 40 thinks so too. Okay, you think he can play as a tackle in a pass-heavy offense, but he has great. Okay. I think most teams are looking at him as a guard. I don't want to say because I haven't done the video yet, but a spoiler alert, I got him going. There's going to be a video down the line with him. Let's just say that. Larry did well against BYU tackle. Watch him against Cincinnati, and Cincinnati's tackle is going to be drafted, I think, second or third round, but he dominated that game. Great against twitch rushers like Brian Burns. That's a big thing. Really? Okay, you don't like tall, heavy tackles in a pass-heavy offense. Think quick edge rushers take advantage of them because they can't bend at the hips, making guys like Sewell ideal. Thoughts? That is interesting. I always liked tall tackles, and it's not due to the height. It's due to the arm length. Eric Fisher here in Kansas City has best year last year is listed anywhere between 6'6" and 6'8". I think he's right in the middle at 6'7". Former tight end who had a problem for the longest time with power rushers because he played at he probably played at 275, even though they listed him at, I think, 310 or something. He probably played at 275. Always had problems with a bull rush until it was really this year where he pulled on the extra weight and the size and was able really to do the bull rush, because with good technique and long arms, that is really what I think is important. Rashawn Slater, me and you commented about this. Okay, I got Rashawn Slater going at 13 to the Chargers, and here's the thing: he's a plug and play guy. But if he's listed at 6'3", 305, I'm sorry, that's a guard in the NFL. That's not a tackle. But I don't know about his arm length. So as far as tall tackles, I think if I'm an NFL coach, I'm not worried about his height. I'm worried about his arm length. Supposedly, I can't think of his first name, Wynn, the left tackle that they drafted out of Georgia. A lot of people liked him inside because I think he's like 6'2". But he has like really, really long arms. He has arms like somebody who's 6'6". So Bill Belichick said, you can play left tackle. Of course, he got hurt. But it's all about arm length, all right? Not really about height. It's about arm length. If you're 6'8", but you have short arms, you really can't play in the NFL because of what you're saying right there. And you have to understand something. In college, nobody's showing you moves, all right? You get a dip, a swim, and speed around the outside. In the NFL, you're going against guys that are going to show you a different move almost every single play. And that's what's complicated. And that's why you need the arm length. That's why you need the footwork. There's so many different things. But I kind of gave you an oversimplification about it. But I like the fact that you don't like tall, heavy tackles in a pass-heavy offense because that's what Kansas City had. They had somebody who's 6'8", and I think Schwartz was 6'6". So, and both of them worked out really well. That's interesting. I like that. Check out Chess Surratt, good length for linebacker, falls to the third. Oh, that's the North Carolina kid. I love that kid. I actually listen. I think he's going to go in the second. I think he's going to go really high. And you guys are agreeing. That's weird. I don't think the Lions have signed a free agent linebacker yet. They lost Davis. Just wait, James. Just wait. Elbow cough. I had to have Dustin. I'm telling you right now, just look, I'm telling you guys, every single day, Lions are going to pick up somebody. I love it. Jalen Reeves-Maybin got a new contract and he's worth it. I'm drawing a complete blank on who it is, man. Arch Manning will be oh, that's right. Okay. He'll be the first pick in the 2025 draft. If I'm right, he's a junior. He'll be in Ole Miss. So he'll be the starting quarterback in Ole Miss. Not this year, next year. Is that right? 2022, 2023. So, but yeah, he'll be number one pick in the draft. Ole Miss, oh crap, what's his name? I draw him by. Anyway, the Ole Miss head coach, he only stays at a place for like 2 or 3 years and he leaves for something. I'm drawing a complete blank on his name, but if he's still there, they'll have like they'll actually be, if he stays there, and I'm drawing a complete blank on his name. Was it Alabama for a while? Drawing a complete blank. Excuse me. But the emote was right. Oh, Jesus. Oh, hold on here. This is all right. Greg Newsome, cornerback Northwestern, Paulson Adebo, cornerback Stanford Fitz. Are they available for? Yes. A lot of mocks have Greg Newsome going to Kansas City in the first round. Excellent fit. I think Adebo is a second round guy. I don't know if this is a need for Kansas City. I think all their corners are under contract. But Newsome's a guy I really like a lot. And I know he ran a good 40 time. I heard he didn't look good in position drills. So people are saying he had a bad combine. But Newsome could easily go in the first round. And a lot of people think he'll go first round to Kansas City. And I think it would be a really good fit. Newsome's a guy I really, really like. Adebo, I'm familiar with the name. I haven't watched I haven't watched hardly any at all Pac-12 football, but I've heard of him going second and third round. So I 100% agree with you. And both these guys are possibilities for the Kansas City Chiefs. But you have to wait a couple of weeks till I do my Chiefs video. So Bears replaced Kyle Fuller. The Bears got Trufant, huh? That is kind of funny. I've seen some goal line plays, and Collins hesitated a lot. If you get caught thinking it's bad news in the NFL, really? Okay. No, you're right. You're 100% right. I haven't seen that myself. I saw a guy. I remember when they played Cincinnati. I think he had like 13 tackles. It was all over the field. Very physical player. So, but no, you're right. If you hesitate, you'll die in the NFL. If they want to stockpile picks and cap space, then I think they will. Yeah, I saw that one. Probably watch him go there and healthy. And if they keep Hicks, he could play as well. Busy a cover 3 line corner. Okay, I'm a little lost here. Yeah, not buying. He will stay healthy. Dustin, you prefer Slater over Sewell. Wyatt is 6'4", 310, same as Jordan Gross. Yeah, I do think most teams are considering him as a guard, but yeah, he could potentially play tackle. But I think Lane Kiffin. Thanks, guys. Yeah, if Lane Kiffin. Let me go back to Arch Manning. All right, Lane Kiffin has Arch Manning already signed. If Arch Manning is still there and Kiffin's still there, they're going to enter top 10 maybe. Yeah, he will. Seriously, they'll be top 10 because Lane Kiffin's going to recruit some really, really good players. So by the time Arch Manning gets there as a freshman, they'll probably have a top 10 team. They may not play top 10, but they'll be ranked top. That team's going to be really good. That team's going to be, if he stays there. My Chiefs mock, Greg Newsome, corner in the first. Paulson, Adibos, corner second. Michael Carter in the third. UNC Spencer Brown, running back UAB in the fourth. Michael Station, wide receiver Charleston, Isaiah Loudermilk fifth. I don't know if corner's that big of a need. But both those players would be good fits. Michael Carter, I think, is going earlier than third. I think he's going second. I don't think Kansas City's really going to draft a running back. But I'll tell you what, though, I like all these players. I don't have a problem with it. I think wide receiver might be an issue. They may want to go wide receiver sooner. So, triple dip in state. Colorado, one of the Bowden. Okay, I'm confused now. A lot of people saying Joe Tyron, defensive end from Washington's player, look out for the combine. He is. He's a guy a lot of people are really, really high on. I know that defensive tackle from Washington's probably going in first round. This guy I heard second, but I'll be honest, I'm not 100% sure. I'm not 100% sure. Again, I haven't watched a lot of Pac-12 this year, so I really can't give you an accurate assessment. But I don't think unless he aces that pro day, he's probably going second, third round. All right, slam my energy drink. Now I got coffee. Well, now Golf knows which corner to pick on when Detroit plays the Bears. I'll tell you what, I don't like what the Bears have done so far. I really don't like what the Bears have done so far. I think they're going to make some more moves, but Sewell over Slater. I like them both as guards, to be honest with you, unless Sewell is – because he was 6'3", and then now all of a sudden he's 6'6". Again, I want to know what kind of arm length, but I think both of them could end up being I think both of them could end up playing inside, and Sewell I think would be like an all-pro guard. I think Slater could be too. So the Bears are shopping Anthony Miller. I think he would make a nice wide receiver number 2 in Kansas City. And I agree with you, James. Anthony Miller would look great in a Chiefs uniform because I love this kid. I had a big crush on him coming out of Memphis. So I love this guy. And I think the Bears, I mean, they can't sign a deal with Allen Robinson. This is the guy who I thought would end up being the number 1 guy. He ended up not being the number 1 guy. This guy's really good. And I think he's just in kind of a bad situation. If he ends up in Detroit, like you said, I was just kind of playing with you a little bit. But if he ends up in Detroit, I think he'll have a great year. I love this kid. I love Anthony Miller. And I think it was kind of a shame that he didn't really flourish in Chicago. I kind of blame that whole weird situation there. But, yeah, he would make – that would be a really good spot. And you know what? He may end up being the number 1 guy. He's really good. Excuse me. I feel bad for Cooper. Both his brothers got rings. His dad is well respected. His son's already talked about as the first overall pick. I don't feel bad for the dude at all, man. The dude makes millions, and his son's going to be the number one pick in the draft in about 4 or 5 years. He's got a good thing going. He's got a good thing going. The rumor was that he would have been the best quarterback out of everybody. It's kind of weird, but he's doing okay. Sewell is a different type of animal. He's the exception for the rule for me. Slater is the guy. That's kind of cool that you think that. I still think both of them are inside guys, but I really want to know Sewell's measurables. And I'm kind of interested in how they both line up. The way I had my mock draft going, Slater just ended up being available. And the way the draft is going, he'll be the guy who will be the pick, and he'll start day one. So I like Tyron probably mid-6. I do too. I have to kind of go with what I'm hearing. I really need to watch more of them. So, but unless Fields or Wilson are there in trading back, it wouldn't surprise me if the Lions do trade back. The trade I would probably say is them in San Francisco. San Francisco going from 12 to 7, going ahead and getting Trey Lance at 7 is kind of what I'm seeing. So, dude, you're not going to believe. Okay, Dustin, here's the drill. Last year, for me and Funk went back and forth from like February till April on what the Detroit Lions should get for was it pick number 3 or pick number 3? Okay. We went back and forth. We could not agree at all. And so like all we did was basically argue with each other. This year we were like on point, and I'm really surprised because I keep thinking he's going to hate this pick. And so far he likes all my picks. It's really weird. Matter of fact, whoever has control of Funk needs to return my boy back. All right. I'll miss my Funk who argued with me all the time. So it's weird. Dustin agrees with me. It's weird, Funk. So the Bears screwed himself between Mitch and Mac. COVID. Yeah. The Bears have it's really a shame because that defense is really good. I thought he ran like a 4.78 or something ridiculous, but no, I know. I was just playing. Is it scoliosis? Okay. Yeah. Sewell screams Anthony Munoz for me. I wouldn't comp that, but I get it. I get the logic. And the reason why I don't agree is a lot of people didn't know this. Anthony Munoz used to run marathons. How many offensive linemen fucking run marathons? I mean, dude, this was a different type of dude. Anthony Munoz could have played tight end. He probably could have played guard center. He probably could have done anything. People don't understand how good Anthony Munoz is. Let's see here, best left tackle of all time. I want to say it might be Anthony Munoz. Really might. Anthony Munoz in today's game would easily be the best left tackle because he would be able to do. He was able to do that hurry up offense perfectly. The few years Cincinnati did it, but oh god, yeah, Anthony Munoz, one of my favorite. Yeah, he used to run marathons. Yeah, Sewell doesn't run marathons, but I get where you're saying. See, to me, when I look at Sewell, I see him as a guard who would just crush people. And I think him just being a guard would just be great. If he's got the length and the ability to play tackle, though, I'm going to watch. I can't wait for – they're going to have preseason this year, and I'm really excited to watch. I can't believe this is how much of a junkie I am. I want to watch preseason football, but there's a lot of rookies I want to watch this year. Funk says, like I said, Mac Jones may have him as QB3. I just want a mobile quarterback in Detroit, and Mac is not that. No, he's not. And Jared Goff definitely isn't that. So if you do want a mobile quarterback, those guys aren't it. I get it. And everybody's got it. You know, people call Patrick Mahomes a dual threat quarterback. He is not, but he is mobile. You know, Alex Smith was actually more mobile than Patrick Mahomes, but a lot of people don't believe me when I say that. Please, God, I don't think I can tell you this. I don't think Trey Lance is a Matt Rule type of guy. Me and you both agree there. Hoping the Lions stay away from Paris Ford and Micah Parsons. Parsons, yes. Ford in the later rounds, they may take a flyer. So, like I said, Dan, you're finally I'm getting there, Funk. Yeah, Boofa. Boofa's in the house. Yeah, Boofa. Yeah, Anthony Munoz used to run marathons. Yeah. Dude, I love Anthony Munoz. I loved him even before I knew that, but yeah, he ran marathons. So Ron Yeri, one of the best all time. Ooh, man. Okay, Dustin. A lot of people have been dying for an old time show, a retro show, and I've been wanting to do it, and I keep postponing it. But with the Ron Yari blast, you are definitely on board with the retro show. I'm thinking 1999 and back. All right, we can talk the greatest show on turf. That's the newest thing. Anything before greatest show on turf. I should make this happen. I haven't. I should make this happen, but I should have done that a long time ago. But we need to do a retro show. You obviously are on board with Ron Yeri. Yeah, he is. I hope we do. Kid needs to sit for a year. You can do that in Detroit. Where God. Me personally, I really think that they go. All right, let me just tell you what I would do. I would give golf every opportunity to succeed this year, and then look for a quarterback in 2022 or 2023. That's what I would do. All right, but let's say you just want to give golf money for the next 2 years and then get your own guy. And, because you bought those draft picks, let's build your draft picks around the quarterback that you want this year. Okay, great. You can go ahead and do that. I would give golf, because golf's not a bad quarterback. He's really not. It's not like you're getting a guy who was the number one pick in the draft just a few years ago. He's a good quarterback. Nothing wrong with him. Yeah. So what? Sean McVay didn't like him. Yeah, I thought the Perlman. Okay, you meant Perryman and Rashad Perryman, son of I can't remember his first name, but his dad played in Detroit for a long time, and then actually he came here to Kansas City and didn't have a lot of success. But no, I love that signing. It was a great signing. Here's a guy. He was number one. He was a former first round draft pick at like 6'2", 210. He ran like a 4.29 or something ridiculous, but had a case of the drops, just bad hands, had some injuries in Baltimore. I want to say he went to Tampa Bay for a year and then just had problems putting everything together. But this is a guy's size-speed combo is fantastic. I think with a guy like Goff, he could potentially have a lot of success. One thing about Goff is that there's a lot of negatives about him, but let's focus on positives. Goff's a natural passer. Okay, and that sounds very underrated, but he's just a natural passer. He's just a guy that, like, I think could be like a great guy, darts or cornhole or whatever. I mean, he's just a natural thrower. I mean, just naturally has a good arm, good athletic dude, or not athletic, but I mean, good natural arm talent. So a guy with a ton of potential who has questionable hands, sometimes you get him with a good, accurate quarterback like Goff could be gold. I love it. Mahomes' rushing success is such a paradox. Well, I don't know if it's a paradox. I mean, he's a great passer, but he's just an all-around good athlete. Apparently, when he went to Texas Tech, he was planning on playing basketball, and apparently he would have been the starter starting point guard as a true freshman. Apparently, he was that good in basketball, but he just wanted to focus on football, which worked out okay. But apparently he's pretty good athlete. Now it's funny because he only ran a 5.03 at the combine, but if you watched him run, he doesn't look like a 5.03. He looks like he can move, but yeah. I don't know if I'd call it a paradox, but anyway. But yeah, I get it. I stopped talking about the retro zone because it seems like no, James. It really. It's something I really want to do, but yes, I haven't found time to do it, and I feel bad because I really wanted to do it on the week before the Super Bowl. I ended up not doing it, but yeah, I really should make this happen, and I really want it to happen. So yeah, retro show needs to happen. OG greatest show on turf was in Detroit. Perryman, Morton, Morse, Sanders, Shoot, Scott Mitchell 3 for 4. That was a really good offense. That really was. Scott Mitchell wasn't as bad as everybody says, but Detroit gave him all that money, and they really had so many expectations of him, and he was never going to be that good. But that was a really, really good offense. Oh God, the Oilers, the run and shoot with Haywood, Jeffries, Givens. Oh God, I loved Ernest Givens. The 98 Vikings. I still don't believe they didn't win the Super Bowl. So it's Perryman. I can't remember. Brett Perryman. Brett Perryman played in the Lions for a long time, part of this team. Now his son is a Detroit Lion, and I think it's a good spot for him. Good deal. Ben Cleveland, that 40 time at that weight, is he too injury prone for the Giants to draft in the second or third round? He has short arms and makes him think Gettleman won't take him. Hope he changes his mind. So you're really high on Cleveland. Is he the guy from Cincinnati? Because I think teams are projecting him as a tackle, but the thing is that I don't think the Giants really need a tackle. They're getting Nate Solder back. Andrew Thomas is going to move over to the right side. They got Matt Pert, the third round pick from last year. He could easily step in and be the right tackle. So they also got Will Hernandez, who's growing into the one guard role. I want to say the other guard, I thought they signed somebody. I could be wrong, but I think if the Giants draft Cleveland, they would want to make him a guard. But if it's the same guy I'm thinking of from the University of Cincinnati, I don't think he's a pick because I think teams are looking at him as a tackle. I think we're on the same page. I think they're looking at him as a tackle, but injury issues, but talented. I don't think the Giants are really looking at tackle, at least not early. The Giants only have 6 picks this year. So if they trade down, maybe. But I think that they're really going to target specific position groups, and I don't think offensive tackle is going to be one of them. And now if they do draft Cleveland, they're going to move them inside. So, oh shit, I missed a bunch of them. All right, Goff played 69 games, gig. 55 interceptions, 42 fumbles, got to the Super Bowl in a bad non-call, and then this league is not impressed. That's fair enough. I mean, no, it's fair. I'm telling you guys, he's not god awful. I mean, he's not a god awful quarterback. He's a pretty damn good quarterback. But it wouldn't. Yeah, I get why you want to draft one. It makes sense. Gary, if you're a Giants fan, I think you guys get Kenny G. I'm surprised he hasn't already signed with the Giants because I was thinking the same thing. Retro show has to start 2003 back. I was a huge Bucks fan. I live in St. Pete when they win most likely defense. You are right. One of the greatest defenses of all time. It really was. Simeon Rice will never get into the Hall of Fame, but if I remember right, he had 14 and a half sacks that year. Correct me if I'm wrong. Simeon Rice played like a Hall of Famer that year. Warren Sapp, one of the best defensive tackles of all time. Derek Brooks won defensive MVP, had easily his best year that year. That year, he played as good as any linebacker who's ever played. God, God, he had an outside. There was an outside linebacker that they had. I'm drawing a blank on his name. Rondé Barber, Pro Football Hall of Fame. It's actually funny. The worst player on that defense was Dexter Jackson. He was easily the worst player on that defense. He won MVP. It was kind of funny. But yeah, that defense, one of the greatest teams of all time. Simeon Rice will never make the Pro Football Hall of Fame, but he played like a Hall of Fame defensive lineman that year. He was so good. Booger McFarland, I think he was a rookie that year. Correct me if I'm wrong. And then the other guy on the other side, I think he was just a guy, but I think that year he had a decent guy. Outside linebacker next to Derek Brooks, I'm forgetting his name. I could look it up, and I'm not going to. Just he was really, 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 really good. But one of the best defenses I've ever seen. One of the best defenses I've ever seen. NFL Network had top 10 defenses of all time. I think that defense was 7th, and you can argue it could be higher. I think you really could argue it could be higher. That year, that defense was really, really good. So we have to start in 2003. I was just thinking like 2000, but man, I can't. I've been talking about this for a while. I've never just gone through and done it, and I really should put this together. So I'm all right. I'll try to get this together because I really do want to do this. So, baseball too. Yeah. Mahomes' dad was a major league pitcher, and the way Mahomes conducts himself is really a big thing for him. One pride, you like Cleveland as a fit for the Giants in the 2nd or 3rd. So, Brett Perryman, yeah, he's the Georgia offensive. I could have sworn I thought you were talking about the Cincinnati guy. No, I got him mixed up. Okay, error on my part. Nate Solder, guys, but yeah, no, I didn't know this, but he sat out last year, and the reason why he sat out last year is his son was had cancer, and so he didn't want to risk himself. With the son having cancer. I didn't know that until recently, but he reworked his deal. So I'm kind of hoping that he'll come back a little more motivated. But yeah, he has been let down. Greatest power back, Earl Campbell, thoughts. Earl Campbell's first 3 years in the NFL, maybe the best first 3 years of all time. I can't, anybody who wants to argue with that can have an opinion, but you can't really argue with that. You really can't. I mean, greatest running back of all time is Jim Brown. That's undisputed. That's look, you want to argue greatest receiver, greatest quarterback, greatest tackle, greatest corner, greatest linebacker. I'd hear arguments. Jim Brown's the greatest running back of all time, period. Greatest power back, I'd probably go with Earl Campbell. The Cleveland. I was thinking of somebody different, but that would actually not be a bad fit in with the Giants. Is it wrong that I see Goff as some Scott Mitchell dude that throws a nice ball, but when pressure comes, he gets. I think he has a lot more talent than Scott Mitchell, believe it or not. I think Scott Mitchell was a guy who was a big dude. Had some athleticism, but Goff's a natural passer. I don't think Scott Mitchell was really a natural passer. Goff's a natural passer, and that's kind of a unique ability. So I get yeah, I can see where you're coming from, and I get it. But I think Goff's a significantly better guy than Mitchell. But here's the thing, though. The Lions team, even though they're making a lot of changes, it's still a bad team. And what they may do is they may just say, hey, look, we'll just blame everything on Goff. We'll get a young quarterback, build the team around the young quarterback, and Goff be the scapegoat. And that could easily be the case. So I forgot about John Lynch. Yeah. John Lynch. I always debated, but I think he belonged in the Hall of Fame as a player. Really, really good player. Unfortunately, he had some really bad or some really good years in Denver, which sucked for me. But really had a really great year in that 2002 season. Funk, you did the Cleveland looks like an edge to him. I protect him, Jones. Well, you got Will Hernandez. I thought you signed a guard. I could be wrong about that, but I really like you have Andrew Thomas at right tackle and Nate Solder at the left side. You could easily move Andrew Thomas and Solder, have them compete on the left side, move Matt Pert into tackle. That could easily work. It's kind of funny because I'm looking at the Giants for the first time in a long time. They could have a good offensive line. I'm pulling for Solder to make a comeback. I'm pulling for it. Hopefully it happens. Let's see what happens. I think Cleveland could be a fit with the Chiefs with their injury. Not anymore because they have LDT coming back. Asamoah, who's recovering from, he tore both, I think it was both Achilles tendons. It was a really weird injury. It was a non-contact injury. He was just running and then just collapsed. And I didn't like the signing at first, but they were running behind him. They were using him as a weapon. I mean, he was actively making the Chiefs a much better team. And when he went down, the Chiefs had to scramble around. It's really rare when you look at a guard going down as being a big thing, but that's what happened in Kansas City. So they're bringing LDT back, they're bringing Asamoah back. They signed Thurney for $80 million. So no, I don't think the Chiefs are going to draft a guard, considering they're bringing two back and they spent $80 million on another one. So I don't think so. But could he? But you never know what the Chiefs may do late in the draft. I mean, this is a guy, if he's available in rounds 4, 5, or 6, the Chiefs may say, hey, why not? Let's see what he can do. So, Dustin, I can't argue with Campbell. My favorite was Marcus Allen. I would bet some older guys would say it's Brown. Marcus Allen on 4th and 1 was gold. There was a clip, and I wish I could find it, but it was 4th and 1 when Marcus Allen was a Chief, and Neil Smith goes, hey, Marty, what play you call? And he goes, everybody in this whole damn stadium knows what fucking play I called. And, they beeped it out and everything. But it was Marcus Allen, and, of course, he got the first down. But Jamal Lewis. Jamal Lewis was really good. I remember Jamal Lewis as a true freshman at Tennessee, and I was like, oh, my God. I was just like, oh, my God. I was like, if this guy stays healthy. And he had some injury issues. If he did stay healthy his whole career, his size-speed combination, one of the greatest of all time. The dude was one of the fastest players in the National Football League at like legit 245. Earl Campbell was a better power back. Earl Campbell was also really, really fast. Lewis was probably faster. Jamal Lewis size-speed combination was one of the weirdest things I've ever seen in my life. The dude was 240, 245, and I don't know what his 40 time was, but he ran like he was a 4.3 dude. I mean, he could outrun. He was probably the fastest player on the Ravens team. I mean, he was really, really fast. I had some injuries, or else he'd be one of the greatest of all time. I really like Jamal Lewis, but I remember he was a freshman at Tennessee, and I was like, oh my God, because the dude was like, he looked like a grown man, and he was just so fast. I remember thinking as a freshman he was going to win the Heisman, and it didn't really work out that way. But he became a first-round draft pick, and won Super Bowl. So I actually met most of the Bucks personally. I worked as a cook at their. Oh wow! Allstott would order steaks, and if he knew I was cooking it personally, so he used to call the beef. Oh, that's awesome! Mike Allstott, one of the greatest power backs of all time. I loved Mike Allstott. I actually loved Mike Allstott at Purdue. He played with Drew Brees at Purdue, believe it or not. Yeah. Warwick Dunn. Oh, God. Warwick Dunn's one of my all-time favorite players. I watched Warwick Dunn at Florida State, and I just love this kid. If you don't know his story, his dad was killed. I want to say at like 12 or 13. I want to say his dad died. His dad was a police officer, and then he had to he was like part of like one of 6 or something like that. So he had to help raise his kids and did a lot of stuff for the community. Worked on one of my favorite football players of all time. Really underrated running back. I don't think he's going to make the Hall of Fame, but I mean, he had over 10,000 yards. I mean, his stats are better than a lot of Hall of Fame running backs, but I don't think he'll make the Hall. God, he was good. He was so good. And you know, the messed up thing is in today's game, it'd actually be better. So Earl would look forward to running. Yeah. Earl Campbell, there's a clip of him, and he said, of course, today he would be called a misogynist, but he used to say that it was girly for one person to bring him down. So, but first 3 years in the National Football League, probably the greatest first 3 years of any running back ever. What would a team have to give up for Passanio? I would think a good wide receiver. To tell you the truth, I think the Chiefs would trade a good wide receiver. Draft pick wise, I actually think they might. I think a high third, maybe a mid, somewhere between a second and a third. To be honest with you, I think the Chiefs would move him, and the reason why is that if I remember correctly, his contract's up at the end of this year. So they're not going to be able to re-sign him anyway. So that's why I think you would give up a third. I really like him. So I don't think a team would give up a second for him. So I'm going to say third. Personally, I think if Kansas City could, I think Kansas City could get a receiver. That would be the best move. But I don't think that I don't think that he's a guy that Kansas City is going to be able to keep back. And I love him as a player, but when his contract's up, he's going to hit free agency. So he skipped to 69. Denver Gator. Okay, here's the drill. I'm only watching StreamYard. I'm not watching YouTube. So there's a chance YouTube's filtering a lot of the comments out. Because I look back at the rebroadcast and I noticed that there were several comments I have to allow that YouTube filters out. So actually one of these days, instead of watching StreamYard, which I'm doing now, I should watch on YouTube. That way I can allow the comments in. So do you guys see any draft prospects, the equivalent of K-Pass this year? K-Pass was kind of an unusual guy because I thought he was a pure 4-3 end. The Chiefs wanted him to be a 3-4 outside linebacker, and I didn't see that at all. I thought that was really weird. And in this defense, they're using him as a defensive tackle. No, he's kind of an unusual guy, really athletic. That if he would have been drafted by this Chiefs defense and not the old Bob Sutton defense, he would be a lot further in his development. So. Oh yeah, I love that group. Hey Dustin, man, I'm actually, you know what? It's 1:30 and I've been doing this for an hour and 30, so I'm pretty much just ready to wrap it up. This is the first year this is the first time in I think 20 years I haven't filled out a bracket. I have no idea what's going on in college basketball this year, but dude, hey man, enjoy college basketball. That is awesome. So enjoy, have a lot of fun. Man, I hope to see you back Friday, and I know you're going to respond to my videos. So, dude, I'm not. Next video, if you remind me next time, I'll go over to YouTube. Now there's like a 15-second delay. By the way, everybody give me a thumbs up because I am not on coke. I'm just really super jacked up. Hawks signed Carson. Really? Wow, because I know they got rid of him. And I was wondering what they're going to do because I remember they drafted Rashawn Penny, a guy I had a major crush on, but I didn't think he should have gone 20. He went before Nick Chubb, and I was like, why is he going before Nick Chubb? That didn't make any damn sense. Wow. That's very surprising. Wow. Yeah, he does. But Greg Rousseau, here's the deal. K-Pass was very, very raw. Rousseau is not that raw. Not that raw at all. But yeah, they're about the same. They're about the same. I mean, they're both 6'7". K-Pass was like 300, and he's got something like 4% body fat. And the Chiefs are going to try to play him at 3-4 outside linebacker, which I didn't get at all. And when they moved him to end, he was strong against the run and has some pass rush. Problem with K-Pass is that he really should have been a defensive tackle, and he just didn't get the chance to develop. And by the way, if he does develop and has a good year this year, he's going to be gone in free agency. So, but yeah, they're similar. Lions go 4-12 and sweep the Bears. Maybe. All right, guys, listen, I'm going to wrap it up. It's been 1:34. It was a great show. I had a lot of fun. I hope you had a lot of fun too. I love doing this. It's my favorite thing in the whole world. If I had to choose if to go out with a beautiful woman or to hang out and talk football on a Friday night, I'm hanging out and talking football 10 out of 10 times. No question, no doubt. I'm going to have draft videos. I'm going to start ramping it up sometime in April. I'm going to release 5 in a week every day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, instead of just 3. It's just personal life, work schedule just kind of got hectic. But after the draft is over, I'm going to try to set up a call-in line. I'm going to kind of experiment with that. I really want to hear from you guys. Don't get me wrong. It is great that I'm coming in and I'm talking and you guys are commenting. I really want to hear from you guys. So I'm going to do the call-in line. I'm going to try to get it set up. Apparently more of you guys really were into the retro show. I was a little surprised, to be honest. I thought maybe it was just me, and I know James and a few other guys, but I didn't think it would be. So maybe it's something that really needs to happen. So the Seahawks, well, Russell Wilson will come back. I'm a little surprised they haven't been a little more active, though. And could Casey draft? I don't see him dropping to 31, but the answer is yes. If he's available, absolutely. I think I got him currently going to Dallas at 10 because I think his upside is off the charts. And it makes a lot of sense for Jerry Jones to draft a boom or bust player. If he somehow gets to 31, he absolutely could go to Kansas City, because this is a guy who can play inside and outside, very much like K-Pass, like you said, but he'll make a living as a 4-3 defensive end opposite Frank Clark, and I would love it. I would love it because I think his upside is off the charts, but we'll have to wait and see. A lot of people disagree, but a lot of people agree. So anyway, hey, that's it for tonight. Thank you so much for joining. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Drop a comment below. I'll see you guys next Friday.